true. You weren't crazy. It looks like there was quite a few folks who were working from home who started their own business. We had heard rumors and we had seen, anecdotal evidence where, some folks kind of had a side hustle going on. But it turns out that there were quite a few folks that set up competing businesses during COVID while they're working from home. And, the numbers are kind of out now a little bit. We've got a research paper we're going to be looking at from the Register here in a minute. Again, for those who don't know, my name is Ryan Howe. I am a business coach. I work out of West Michigan around the country, and I come here live on YouTube pretty consistently to share information I share with my clients, and I hope to earn your subscription today. So let's get into it here. This is from the Register. Link is going to be in the description as always. So bosses weren't being paranoid. Remote workers were more likely to start their own business. And yeah, let's get these folks back into the office so they're not creating competing businesses and taking clients. This is one of the things they're looking at here. So excuse me. Oh, I got to love live here. So in a research paper titled Entrepreneur Responding from Remote Work, we got a couple of folks here. They analyzed IP address data in conjunction with LinkedIn data to cross-reference. Wow, that's an awful lot of stuff. They did some sciencing here. To cross-reference those working from home with those who form new businesses. And the IP address information came from an unidentified data partner that uses first and third party. Long story short, they did some backdoor, back-end, sneaky stuff to do some stuff here. Based on our firm level estimate, we calibrate at least 11.6% of the post-pandemic increase in new firm entry can be explained by responding from remote work. 11%, about 12%. They also cite various other studies on remote work showing how it frees up time by reducing commuting, increases productivity, and offers more flexible hours, and reduces employee monitoring. Taken together, the authors theorize that these factors make it easier to explore business formation while protected by the financial safety of a regular wage. All right, the link to this article will be in the description here, folks. I wanted to bring this to everyone's attention. Again, I'm sharing this with my clients mainly because of a couple things. Not to, that all the work from home folks are looking to start their own business. That's not the case, and that's not what this is about. But understanding that this is an additional risk that you do take on by having folks work from home. You can still start a side business without working from the office. You can still figure that out in off hours, but unless you have someone constantly looking at you and what's on your screen and you're working from home, which we're not advocating at all, it opens up the opportunity for people to explore other options. And that is just another one of the risks and concerns that you have. And that 12% number for businesses that opened during COVID, that makes sense. It really does. And it has to, and again, my opinion, when I'm looking at the way people are now looking at work, folks are realizing that the opportunity for them to open a small business, right? Because, that's what we do here, small business, is there. That there is opportunities. It's just that, we're working from home gives you more time to be able to do that. So when I'm coaching my clients on this, and we're going to talk about what the employees on the same side of this here, when I'm coaching my clients on this, it's just something I want them to be aware of, that this is a risk. And if they have a business where the potential for clients to travel, we want, non-competes are really difficult to enforce. They really are. So, you need to find a way to be able to get locked in with, think about your contracts and other stuff that you want to do for paying some folks. But again, your work from home folks, it's a risk is out there. But for employees, here's the deal. If you're working from home and you are looking at doing a side hustle, man, be careful. Be careful, because the grounds for there's grounds for termination on that where they can, it depends if you're an at will, employment at will state. But you want to make sure be careful if you're thinking about doing that, and do your best, and please separate the time when you're on the clock from when you're supposed to be doing these things to the best of your ability. Okay. I know you work on stuff after hours. Work from homers do that. So you think mixing it in with work, just be careful. You're going to put yourself in a position to where there may be grounds for termination if it's discovered you are working on a side hustle during what would be duty hours. Okay. So with that, be sure to check out the link to the description. The link to the article, it's in the description here. And again, if you'd like to learn more about how I help businesses grow faster than I ever thought possible and build companies that really have value, that do sell, send me a note. Be sure to check out summitbusinessguys.com. And again, hopefully I earned your subscription. Take care.